A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I have another book haul here for you. I guess I could best describe this one as being mostly classics. As in most of my book haul videos, this book haul has been a long time in the making. I'm not quite sure when I picked up most of these books. It's been kind of spread out throughout the year. I just haven't gotten around to doing a book haul for them until now, and I just needed to clear up space where they're being stored to wait for being showed on the booktube, and then I can put these away. So the first one that I want to show is Gaston Leroux's Phantom of the Opera. I want to say I tried to read, not this edition, but I tried to read an edition of the Phantom of the Opera after I saw the musical for the first time. I first saw the movie, then I saw a stage version of it where I went to school in Ohio, where I went to college in Ohio. We would get discounts on tickets to go to a theater in Pittsburgh, and one of the things that I saw there was the Phantom of the Opera. But I remember being disappointed the first time I read The Phantom. I don't even know if I finished it because it didn't match up what the musical was exactly. I think now I'm in a proper frame of mind to give the book its proper due. But it's been a very long time since I've attempted it. I have read Gaston Leroux's The Yellow Room Mystery, I believe, is what it's called. Or The Mystery of the Yellow Room. I think it's The Mystery of the Yellow Room, which I did enjoy. This is the book, though, I think he's most well known for. The other French author that I ended up picking up, well, this is just a different edition of the same book. I have the unabridged Les Mis. This one now is the abridged one in case I don't want to read the full unabridged upon a reread. We'll see. I'm in the process of reading the unabridged right now, and that's my pretty copy. This one's definitely just a nice simple paperback. It looks like they explain, like with brief little italic text, what it is that was abridged, so you know going forward what it is you're missing. But this might become my reading copy if I decide that I prefer this to my unabridged version. I don't usually keep a reading copy and a non-reading copy, but we'll see. Then I have here two books by Robert Louis Stevenson. I have Kidnapped and Treasure Island, both of which, well, actually I'm not sure if I've ever read any version of Kidnapped, but I know that I had read at one point the Children's Illustrated Classics version of Treasure Island. It's been a very long time, though, and I'm interested in seeing how I will enjoy the original version. Then I have here, kind of in the same realm of adventure story. Unfortunately, I don't have the full collection anymore. At one point, I had the full collection of I want to say maybe it was like 4 or 5 books of the Midshipman Quinn. I remember really enjoying the series when I was younger, particularly the first book, which is the only one I could find for any sort of decent price. I would have liked to have gotten the full collection again. I don't know why I unhauled it, and I don't believe it's one you can get on Kindle. But At the very least, I have the first one here. See if I enjoy it as much as I remember enjoying it. That kind of fits in with Robert Louis Stevenson books. Then I have, I remember, I don't know which channel mentioned how much they enjoy To Have and Have Not. So I picked this up based off of that video. It's been a long time since I saw the video, though, and I can't remember who it was who mentioned that they enjoyed this book. So I look forward to eventually reading this. I don't think I've actually, if I've read Ernest Hemingway's work, I think it's been poetry. Like maybe, is The Old Man and the Sea poetry or prose? I can't remember. I haven't read Hemingway, any sort of Hemingway, since high school or before, so I can't really remember much about his work. Although I've heard this described as being the worst of his works, which is why they made a movie out of it. I guess there was some sort of bet about making a good movie out of the worst of Hemingway's works. That's what I understand anyway. I don't remember a ton about the movie other than the fact that it's Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. I want to say also Walter Brennan. And then the catchphrase, "You ever been bit by a dead bee?" Although I'm probably misquoting it slightly. Going onward, I have here the collected works of Oscar Wilde. I'm mostly familiar. I read The Picture of Dorian Gray a long time ago. When I was going through a period of I wanted to read the books about each of the heroes in the what is it called? They are the sorry, I had to think for a second. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. When that movie came out, even though I have my beefs for the movie, I don't think it was the best movie ever, but it did make me interested in searching out the books of some of the characters that were in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is also, by the way, a comic, which I've never read the comic. But I tried reading King Solomon's Mine in the library. I don't think I finished that. Haven't finished Dracula yet, although I need to. Read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea for high school, I want to say. What other ones? Oh, Frankenstein. I think Frankenstein was in that. I read that, but and The Invisible Man. I searched that out because of that movie. But also, I read at that time period The Picture of Dorian Gray. And the basic concept has stuck with me, even though I don't remember the book itself very well, because it's been a very long time. I've heard good things about The Importance of Being Earnest, although I've never read it. I have his poetry here as well. And De Profundis, I'm not quite sure what De Profundis is, but I do know one of the main reasons I picked this up was actually, I knew I wanted his collected works because I heard good things about his other works. But I really wanted it for a story that I thought was a Hans Christian Andersen one. So this is the little book that I actually most definitely wanted, which was The Happy Prince. Because the main story in this, the central fairy tale, folk tale, whatever you would consider it, makes me feel things every time. I know I've cried with this story before. So I think that it's an absolutely beautiful tale, and I look forward to rereading it. But it says, The Happy Prince is first published in 1888. The Happy Prince and Other Tales is an anthology of 5 magical yet haunting short stories by Oscar Wilde. I actually could just decide to read this at some point, any point soon, because this is a short little thing. I might read this today just for something fun to read. I'm just going to set this over here. Okay. Then I have a couple of my female authors. actually before them, I'm currently reading Evelyn Waugh's biography on Ronald Knox, which I pull up, but I have other books on top of it. I don't want to knock things over. Sorry, I caught the dregs of my tea. I guess some of it escaped the basket when I was steeping it. But I have a couple of other Evelyn Waugh books here. I've heard so much that this is a book that needs to be read if you read Evelyn Waugh, which is Brideshead Revisited. I guess this is the cover from like a movie or TV show or whatever. I don't care for when they do that. I prefer to have what the author would have had during his time period, but I would have gotten this on sale or somehow used, so I probably wasn't too picky about the cover. Then this one here, apparently Evelyn Waugh wrote a historical fiction called Helena about Empress Helena, the mother of Constantine the Great. I got my mom a copy of it too. At some point, even if we don't read it like to each other like we're doing Austen right now, at the very least we kind of want to read this concurrently. I like the cover. Now moving on from Evelyn Waugh, the female authors. I've heard Belinda mentioned so many times. Usually I hear Maria Edgeworth's Belinda mentioned alongside things like Clarissa. Can't remember who wrote Clarissa. Also alongside Evelina, which I have read. What's the other one? Evelina, Clarissa. Oh, darn it. I can't remember the other one, which is I want to say it was epistolary. I should actually check it out. Because it was like by Samuel. If I remember the title, I'll put it across the top. I'm kind of annoyed that I don't remember it. Because I think this subtitle is like a Tale of Virtue Rewarded or something like that. But I haven't ever read Belinda, and I think I've heard good things about it. So I look forward to reading that. And then I wanted to fill in my Elizabeth Gaskell collection. So I have here her book Ruth, Mary Barton, Lady Ludlow, and then her biography of Charlotte Bronte. Now, I read last year, or maybe the year before, a different biography on Charlotte Bronte. So it'll be a little while before I read this one. It did mention Gaskell's biography a couple times, though. Then, let's see. Oh, for the last part, I believe these can all be counted towards Epistolary January, if I understand the way that the rules work. And I believe that there was going to be a focus on Helene Hanff. Now, I've already read 2 of her books. I really enjoyed both of them. The first one is it's 81 Charing Cross Road. Really enjoyed that one. And I also enjoyed The Duchess of Bloomsbury. Very much. I think the first one was my favorite, although I really enjoyed the other one also. But these 2 books got mentioned in The Duchess of Bloomsbury. This is Apple of My Eye, her book that she wrote about New York. Now, this one looks like, although it does look like it might be slightly in a journal setup. Oh, it looks like I left a bookmark in here. And then the other one is Q's Legacy, a delightful account of a lifelong love affair with books. And this is apparently the book that talks about how she got started into becoming such a reader. I don't know if this one's as much in the way of... Okay, no, it looks like this one's letters or journal entries as well. So I think this also would make it count for Epistolary January. Now, I believe this one definitely does count for Epistolary January if I was to want to read it. Because I want to say Ariane from Bookzelots read this last year. And this is Willie Collins, The Woman in White. This has come up multiple times. Besides this being mentioned for Epistolary January, I also have seen it mentioned when it comes to the history of murder mysteries. So, sorry, I feel like I'm really stumbling over my words today. So that alone kind of makes it something that I want to dive into. Never read anything by Wilkie Collins, but I've heard this mentioned several times and as being a very good book. Like I said, Ariane for Bookzelots being the most recent person I remember really mentioning how good this book is. So I'm not sure when I'll read this, if it'll be for this Epistolary January or if I'll pick something else, but this looks like it'll be good. Looks like that's everything for this particular book haul. Like I said, this is very classics heavy. I think even the most recent one, which is the Helene Hanff books, even these are like, I want to say they start off World War II era, but I'm not quite sure how late they go. Let's see, this one it says... Okay, so the original copyright is 1977 for this one. And this one's copyright was originally 1985. So these are the newest books of the ones that I have here. But like I said, for the most part, these are classic books. Anyway, have you read any of the books in this book haul? And if so, if you've read several, which ones are your favorites? Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed going through this book haul with me, and I will see you the next time. God bless. Bye-bye.
Books keep coming home with me. Piles so tall, they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.